Greetings and welcome to Old Drunken Discography, where old friends and fans come together to BS, argue, occasionally agree, and discuss a musical artist. This is our deep dive discography, where we will go through each studio album and rank them, and highlight any notable non-releases on the way. Today's artist is the Foo Fighters. We'll be talking about the album called Foo Fighters. If you like this content, give us a thumbs up and subscribe. See how this all plays out. We have a Discord, blah, 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 blah. Join it. With that out of the way, let's get started. With me today, I'll stick around for Tim.
Oh,
Sweet.
so sweet.
And there goes my hero, Call Quit.
Man, of all the songs, man, come on.
Oh, it's better than the one I had for you originally.
Oh, really? What was it?
Yeah, he's not a pretender.
See, I like that song more.
Well, and he's the one. That's Jason.
Oh. We all love each other. It's fun.
All my life. All right, so 11 albums.
Jeez. Did I listen to 11 albums? No. Oh, wait. All right. We're good. I'm done. We're splitting it up instead of doing it all at once now. So there's a couple towards the end I haven't listened to yet.
Yeah, the viewers don't know that, though. So now they do. Yeah, so relationship with Foo Fighters. Tim's already holding the edit marker up. Nah, we're good.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure all of our relationship with this band has been about the same as far as how we heard it. We were all alive in 1995.
Yeah.
We were
and listening to music.
Yep, and listening to music.
This is true.
I was a little apprehensive when I heard that the drummer for Nirvana was going to start his own band, you know. That wound was still a little fresh. So I was like, But when I heard I'll Stick Around, which was the first song I heard by him, I was like, yep, I got to get this record. So, and I've been on and off the wagon here and there, and I'll go through it as we get through the albums and when I jumped off and came back. But, yeah, been a fan since the beginning.
Yeah, so being a drummer, I was excited that the drummer from Nirvana was putting something out. I still really like that he plays everything on there. And, it's just a testament to how talented Mr. Grohl is. And, yeah, first day buyer of the album. I also had the This Is a Call single. That would have been the first one I heard. With Winnebago and Podunk on the B-sides. And, yeah. Got off the train a couple times over the years on a couple releases, but got back on a couple releases. So it's been a complicated and long relationship.
Yeah, I of course, as with most bands of this era, I saw the video for I'll Stick Around, and I was my older brother played a lot of Dungeons and Dragons and stuff, so I was like, oh, that's a beholder. I know what that is. Like, I was really stoked that there was like a D&D monster they were like confronting with this rock action weaponry.
See, I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
I just thought it was a flying turd. Isn't that what Beavis and Butthead called it?
Probably, yeah.
Shout out to Gerald Casale, who directed that.
Right. Yeah, it's a good, damn fine rock vid. And yeah, I of course like Nirvana, and I of course like that song a lot, and immediately went out and found this record, and I've enjoyed it muchly. I kind of dropped off with this band around, I guess I really love There Is Nothing Left to Lose, and then I never listened to anything after that, really, other than the singles. Always omnipresent. And so this has been a fun ride for me so far.
All right. Who wants to talk about this one first? Or do we just want to go track by track? I'll go track by track. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
Sure.
I don't have a whole lot of notes, really. So I can, I love it. I think it sounds like it, I mean, and I think it was mainly recorded while Nirvana, or written while Nirvana was still a functioning band, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of like songs on here that sound like they could have been really awesome Nirvana songs all the same, which is fine by me. They definitely take the next step next record, I think, but on this one it still sounds of its era. And it's more than surprising to hear that Dave Grohl has a pretty damn fine singing voice. I didn't know that was going to be a thing. And the man's got arguably an even more expressive vocal range than Kurt had. Honestly, he's pretty dang good at it, and he's a pretty dang good guitar player too. We all know he's one of the best drummers ever. So, even if this was just a one-off like solo project, like Ego Trip record, it would have still been fantastic and wonderful. It's cool that he kept making records and continues to make records, I suppose. And I think Good Grief is probably my favorite song on here. It's just got that, I don't know, man. It's got this kind of weird, kind of like Midwestern melodic hardcore vibe going for it, kind of Husker Dewey at points. Like I just love that song. The hook is so good.
I get like surfer punk vibes throughout it.
Yeah. There's all kinds of vibes on here. Like Big Me is just like obviously the poppiest damn song on the planet. It's so good. And For All the Cows, man, For All the Cows, I was a burgeoning guitar player when this song came out, this album. And For All the Cows taught me a bunch of cool jazz chords, and that I continue to use to this day, which I appreciate very much. It's just a kick-ass record, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, This Is a Call, not my favorite opening track by the Foo Fighters, but it's a top song contender. The bass riff alone in that song, like Dave played bass on this one as well, and the bass in that song is really fucking good. Lyrics mostly just rambling, but that's kind of my favorite Dave Grohl lyrical style, is like off the cuff, written an hour before he recorded it, nonsense.
Which was very of the time.
Oh yeah. This is like, I think Bush tried to do it.
Tried.
Yeah, I'll stick around. That opening drum roll, the whole song's top tier Foo. Big Me's probably my least favorite song on the record, but it's still great. But MTV wore the fuck out of that video.
It's the Mentos connection, man. The Mentos connection.
It's still a damn fine pop song though. Like,
yeah, it is.
Alone and Easy Target. That one's better than Big Me. I had the tab book for this whole record back in the day. This is like a fun one to play on guitar. The tempo changes. Good Grief, surfer punk vibes. The opening riff, lyrics are fun. The hate it part. Floaty kind of reminds me of like Green Mind era Dinosaur Jr. without all the like crazy guitar solos. Weenie Beanie. There should be more Foo Fighters songs out there like Weenie Beanie. Period.
There's at least two.
I'll come back to that like 16 years later.
Well, and Podunk is from the This Is the Call single. It's very stylistically very similar to it as well.
Oh yeah, but that sound is like contained, or that Foo Fighters sound is contained to this record until way later you get into
Sure. Yeah, no, for sure.
Oh George, I'm telling you right now, that's the top song contender. Don't even think about adding it to your list. For All the Cows, I love this song. It's damn goofy. It's fun. The Pixies, quiet, loud, dynamic. The sound that he got out of the drums on this is really good. It's like quiet but far away and still crystal clear. When it kicks in, it fucking kicks in. Ecstatic, probably the song on here with the best lyrics besides Exhausted. Watershed, like Beanie Weenie. Give me a full Foo album like this, I'll be happy. Exhausted, fantastic closer, all that fuzz from that first D minor chord, the lyrics, the guitar riff at the bridge, the solo, the feedback for the main riff, the whole thing is fucking fantastic. And out of every Foo Fighter record, I think the first album probably has the best B-sides.
Yeah. Well, I'll agree with you on the B-sides there. Inspired Session, he basically did the whole thing by himself in a week.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, we'll get into the Laundry Room later as well. But he had been doing this for years, since before Nirvana.
Mhm.
There's a song on In Your Honor that was written during the Nirvana years. It goes way back. So he's always done this kind of thing. And I think that this first Foo Fighters album is a good representation of where he was coming from a hardcore standpoint. There's some metal riffs on here that you probably couldn't get away with if you were still in Nirvana.
Super
It's
aggressive.
also very melodic and very moody, and it's just kind of a dark, heavy record. I think my favorite song is "Alone and Easy Target."
Mhm.
You're not wrong about "Oh George." That's a strong song. There really isn't a bad one on here,
Yeah, true.
and it's still an album wherever we're at, almost 30 years now, where I'll still throw this one on. This is just a great rock record.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 3/4 of this record is on my giant playlist of all awesome songs, and I hear quite a few of these just randomly on shuffle.
I added one that I had missed last time I went through it to the giant playlist. So
Yeah, man.
yeah, there's always good stuff on here.
Yeah, man. I like the aesthetic of the artwork. Since we're not reviewing artwork completely anymore, I figured we should bring it up on these little videos. This artwork rules. I had a belt buckle that was a ray gun, not exactly like that one, but very much like that one, and all because this album cover has stuck with me for almost 30 years. I love it so much.
Yeah,
love
the
that.
Buck Rogers.
Yeah, I just love the whole UFO vibe too, from the name of the band to I think For All the Cows is actually dedicated to cattle mutilation victims. Not really. That's just a fun thing. But yeah, like an ecstatic, just like the titles and everything, the vibe of this record is wholly unique in comparison to the rest of their catalog, and it's definitely more aggressive. There's definitely a lot more hardcore influence on it. But yeah, like Tim said, it's also beautifully melodic and it's just a kick-ass record. I actually haven't listened to either of those B-sides, so I'm gonna go do that.
Oh man, there's so many good ones. Yeah. How I Miss You, Ozone.
Do they have like just a B-side compilation at all?
They do, yeah.
Yeah, technically.
Okay.
They have a few actually.
If you go on Spotify or whatever, you'll see all these like random numbered albums, like 0341 or whatever. Those are like collections of B-sides.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of live stuff, but I didn't see anything that was like specifically a compilation. So I'm definitely going to check that out.
They're all date coded in those numbers.
Okay.
So you could figure out what album and era they're shooting for.
Yeah. And the songs from the Laundry Room, which will be on our notable releases when we'll get to it when we get to around 2015. Definitely listen to that one if you like the early Foo Fighters stuff.
Yeah. And Medium Rare, which we'll talk about later as well, is a compilation of some of the B-sides, like more studio stuff.
It's all covers, though, isn't it?
It is all covers, yeah.
Yeah, I just saw there's a cover of Holiday in Cambodia. That's awesome.
Yep. Great. They've done great covers throughout their entire career. Nothing Left to Lose had a lot of really good B-sides. Probably better than the album, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
Well,
that's where we'll disagree very much, I'm sure, because I love this record.
I mean, it's good. We'll get there.
We'll get to that one. But yeah, Roswell Records, in the 90s, they had the X-Files song. There was a lot of like alien stuff in the 90s, and there was like
Roll was on the X-Files.
The Stephen King, the Tommy Knockers miniseries came out. Stephen King, you like the Foo Fighters? Let us know in the comments below, or hit us up on X now.
My favorite thing about X and Twitter is that if you pronounce it with X, ITTER, it's shitter.
Somebody on Facebook posted today about somebody's post on X, and it took a while for me to process it. Like, what is he talking about? Oh, he's talking about Twitter. Just call it fucking Twitter.
But you can't. It's not its name anymore.
Yeah.
But people still do, and I love them for it
Mhm.
because fuck that shit.
All right, so
Let me just fire up my Netscape machine real quick, and
Yeah, man. Now with frames.
yeah, I love this record. I love the production on it is. There's no other Foo Fighters record that sounds like this one. All the B-sides, fantastic. An amazing debut record. This is going to be a tough ranking, like as we go further down the line for me, but that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I'm going to agree with it.
I think it'll be easier for me, but that's because I haven't lived with a lot of these records like you guys have. So, like for me, it's just going to be like, all right, yeah. We'll see. We'll get there. It'll be fun.
No, that's great. Gotta love the fresh perspective.
It's true. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
When it's a band I really love, it usually doesn't work out for me too well. But I love this band.
Hey,
So it's awesome.
the cards fell where they fell on that one. Radiohead, I got your back. So
We'll see. But yeah, this record kicks ass. If for some stupid reason you've never heard it before, you should go listen to it because it's amazing. It sounds of the era in a good way, not in a bad way, and it's just badass. It's awesome. Solid
Full
song.
of energy.
what else came out in '95 around this time?
Disco Volante.
Melancholy and
We don't
Infinite
count
Sadness.
Bungle. Bungle's in its own world.
King for a Day.
King for a Day, Fool for a Lifetime, yeah.
Yeah.
Danzig 3.
Wasn't Pinkerton out in 95?
I think so.
No, I think Blue Album was
Was the Blue Album okay?
94. I think Pinkerton
Yeah.
was like 96 maybe.
Ill Communication was 95?
That sounds about right.
That might have been 94 too, honestly, though.
What Green Day record came out? Because one of them had to.
Dookie was 94. Insomniac was 95.
Okay.
Was Smash was out in 94?
94 or 5? I think
4
it
or
was
5,
Rentals.
okay.
The
Yeah.
Rentals, Friends of P. That record
Yeah.
was really good. Sick of Myself by Matthew Sweet from 100% Fun, I think came out that year too.
95. You're starting to get into like the live
Oh,
Counting
Ruby's-
Crows.
Out Come the Wolves, dude. Out Come the Wolves came out that year.
Oh, okay.
Rancid. And Melancholy. And the Garbage debut. And
See, there's
One Hot
really
Minute
nothing
by the
like
Chili
this.
Peppers.
One
Yeah, there's
Hot
a lot of
Minute?
stuff that came out that year. A lot of stuff.
Was it One Hot Minute in 95?
Yeah. Tragic Kingdom by No Doubt. I think came out that year as well.
We'll get to 95 on its own one day. But
Well,
yeah, you're right. And there's nothing out there that sounds like this at that time.
it's like to me, it's kind of like a coda on Nirvana sound in a way. Because the next record is definitely a Foo Fighters record, and this one definitely sounds like it came around the same time as Nirvana, kind of thing. But I love it.
Maybe, but I mean, because I had the chord books for this album and like all the Nirvana, and I learned so many different like cool chords that are played on this record that Nirvana would have never done. Like there's like D minor.
Yeah,
They're very different musicians for
the
sure.
second
but I'm
chord
talking
in
about-
Oh George is one of my favorite guitar chords.
in terms of like soundscapes and like textures of the songs on this one, I think those kind of mirror the In Euro mixed with a little bit more of a sheen to it, I think.
Yeah, I think it gets, a lot of people wrote it, a lot of the reviewers at the time, oh, it's just Nirvana, but Dave Grohl doing it and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I could see that because of the connection and the time frame. If you got Green Day, Offspring, Rancid, probably NoFX is Punk and Drublick. You got that changing 94 or 5 is when it changed from your Nirvana, your rock, Nirvana, Pearl Jam into
from the grunge era to the just alternative rock era, I think.
And this is one of the ones that closely resembles more what was happening before.
Early 90s. Yeah. I love it very much.
So this is the first one we're ranking, so it automatically goes here.
Yes. And you know what? Maybe it'll stay for somebody. We'll see. First album bias, you know. We all got it. We all got it.
Yeah, this one, first album bias, is kind of legit.
Yeah. Sure.
But we'll
Agreed.
get there. Give us a like, subscribe. We're going to talk about the color and the shape next. Should come out tomorrow. See how that ranking plays out against this one, because color and shape, I heard, it's a pretty big record. So,
People like it.
as always, be safe and make good decisions.
Hate it.
Late last night and the night before. Tommy knockers knocking at the door. I want to go out.